Every exam season, we see the same thing happen. Students surround themselves with piles of notes, colour-coded highlighters, and endless revision cards. They spend hours rereading, rewriting, and repeating. But weeks later, when the pressure is on, they can't quite pull the knowledge together in the exam. Here's the problem. Most revision is linear. We treat learning like a checklist. One topic, then the next, then the next. But our brains don't work in straight lines. They work in connections. And that's where mind maps come in. Today, I want to share why mind maps are one of the most powerful tools you can use to prepare for exams. How they help you think more clearly, remember more effectively, and actually understand your subjects, not just memorise them. A mind map, at its simplest, is a visual representation of your thinking. You start with a single idea in the centre. From that centre you draw out the main branches, the big themes or concepts, then smaller branches for key details, facts, examples or equations. What you end up with isn't just a set of notes, it's a picture of how everything fits together. And that's powerful, because that's how your brain stores information, as a network of links and associations. When you make a mind map, you're not copying or memorising, you're building understanding. You have to decide what's essential, what connects to what pattern lies underneath the topic. That act of thinking, of actively structuring information, is where deep learning happens. And there's solid research behind this. Studies show that creating mind maps improve recall, comprehension and problem solving because it engages both sides of the brain, the analytical and the creative. It turns revision into something active, visual and memorable. Let's make that real. Imagine you're revising history. Instead of pages of dates and events, your mind map starts with the Cold War in the middle. Branches go to ideological conflict, key events, superpower rivalries, and impact on the modern world. From there, you add branches for the Berlin blockade, the Cuban Missile Crisis, nuclear arms race, and so on. Each link helps you see how these pieces connect, not just what happened. That understanding is what examiners are looking for. So, how do you create an effective mind map? Start with a blank page. Write your topic in the centre and draw out the main themes as thick, bold branches. Use short phrases or single words, not full sentences. Then build outwards, smaller branches for subtopics and examples. Use colour to group ideas, arrows to link connected concepts, and smaller images or icons to help visualise memory. The key isn't artistic perfection, it's clarity. If your map helps you see the logic of a topic, it's doing its job. Once it's created, don't just file it away, use it. Cover parts of it and test yourself on what's missing. Try redrawing it from memory a few days later. That's spaced retrieval in action. Add new links as you learn more. Make it a living document of your understanding. Mind maps also integrate beautifully with other techniques. You can use them to plan essays, revise definitions, or summarise practice questions. They make a great foundation for flashcards and quick tests. And perhaps most importantly, they make revision more engaging. When you build a mind map, you're not just absorbing information, you're interacting with it. It turns a passive, draining process into an active, creative one. But if your exam is tomorrow, you don't have time to create a mind map from scratch. You need something fast, something that gives you clarity right now. That's exactly where eLMS comes in. With our tool, you can turn your existing notes or revision books into fully formed mind maps in minutes. All you need to do is upload a PDF. It could be a photo of your handwritten notes, a page from your textbook, or a set of class materials, and click Mind Map. eLMS instantly analyses the content, identifies the key topic and subpoints, and transforms it into a clean, structured mind map. Every major concept becomes a branch, and every key detail falls neatly into place. What you get is a ready-to-use visual summary of your material, something you can glance at to see how everything connects, without spending hours building it yourself. It means if you're short on time, you can still revise smartly. You can see the big picture, understand the links, and make sense of complex topics faster. With OpenELMS, mind mapping isn't just powerful, it's effortless. Because sometimes the best preparation isn't doing more revision, it's using the right tools to make the revision you've already done work harder for you. I've linked a 14-day free trial in the description below so you can have a go at transforming your revision work into mind maps instantly. While you're there, have a go at turning it into a podcast and a game as well. So here's the takeaway. Mind maps aren't just study aids, they're thinking tools. They help you see the bigger picture, understand relationships, and retain knowledge in a way that flat notes simply can't. When you map your mind, you're not just revising for exams. You're training yourself to think clearly, creatively, and critically. And that's a skill that lasts long after exam season is over.
Thanks for watching, and now a word from our prehistoric sponsors.
I've spent all night making mind maps for targets to hit in the office. Target 1, stop biting colleagues during meetings. Target 2, please stop eating the interns for lunch. We're already underperforming on both.